Last time we talked, Jim, it was before the Cowboys were playing the Rams in an NFL season opener out there in L.A. And now here we are again. We got the Mavs and the Clippers.
Yeah, it's almost like the Hatfield and McCoys. Would you agree? Because these two teams, there's some ill feelings that go way back.
Yeah, I mean, when you go look back, well, let's just go back to the bubble in Orlando last year, that first round playoff series, and the ill feelings between Luka and Marcus Morris were the most glaring ill feelings, and apparently Marcus Morris, at some point during this season, apologized to Luka, and maybe they're on good terms now.
Or maybe that was just a PR statement on his part, trying to cool things down so he wouldn't go off on them when they played. But that's exactly what may happen. I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you think, there was a lot of talk down the stretch, and I know the Clippers were resting players, as were the Mavericks at times. Do you think this is the first-round opponent that the Clippers were hoping to have?
Well, inwardly, no. Outwardly, they were saying they don't give a damn who they play. That's a quote from head coach Tyronn Lue. But I know deep down that they would have preferred to have this one down just a little bit further. But since they have it, they know what they have to do. As you know, they are a great marquee team. They have a lot of marquee names on their team. They've got a lot of really great three-point shooters. They lead the league in three-point shooting. And it just doesn't depend on one or two guys. They have 4, 5, and 6 guys. So if one guy or two guys are off, then maybe someone else can pick up the slack. But they have a wide variety of ways of scoring from the three-point line.
Now, that's the thing. When you look at the Clippers and just look at their stat sheet, as far as three-point shooters go, you go down the line, and it's one after another where they can kill you from outside, can't they?
Yes, they really can. And one of the things that it does for them offensively is it just kind of opens up things down low. I know that Paul George likes to try to maneuver his way in and get down low, but Ty Lue has done a wonderful job this year in stressing what you can do off making a lot of three-pointers. And as you know, he's been there and done that. He coached the Cleveland Cavaliers to three straight finals, won it one time, won it with LeBron. So Tyronn has been there, done that. You know, he even won a championship when he was here with the Lakers. So he's familiar with the settings. He's familiar with the pressure. And now his team is going to see if they can feed off him.
You know, what they're talking about in Dallas is the fact that it appears they might have a healthy Kristaps Porzingis in this series. And, of course, he was out the final 3 games of the 6-game series in the first round playoff loss for the Mavericks last year. It would be big for the Mavericks if KP is back. But that same right knee that he had meniscus surgery on after the season last year, it's been bothering him down the stretch here. He says he's ready to go, but that may just be some posturing on his part. I don't think we will really know until they start playing games.
Yeah, no, you won't, because a player of that type, a player of that caliber, is vital to your team. He is such a wonderful player. He has such wonderful skills, and I know one of the things that the Clippers like about him is that he is fundamentally sound. And when you get on this level, I learned from Magic and Kobe and a lot of other people, LeBron, that when you get to this level, you have to be fundamentally sound because everybody has a lot of great talent. But it's going to be real interesting. But I'm sure we won't know about him until the very last minute.
Yeah. You know, the other thing when you look at these two franchises, it's now been 10 years since the Mavericks won it all. 2011, and they haven't won a playoff series in the meantime. In the last 10 years, this would be their 6th playoff series since Dirk and the Mavericks won it in 2011. So they feel like in Luka they have their new Dirk, and this might be the opportunity for them to finally get over the hump and win a first-round playoff series. But I don't know. I look at this Clippers team, and I think it is a team. You talk, as you're very familiar with that franchise, going back and not making it to conference finals throughout the 50-year history of the franchise, going back to Buffalo, that this might be the year that they can make a run and make it at least to the conference finals.
Yeah, because there's a hunger that this team has. Ty Lue has talked to them about being hungry. Ty Lue has talked to them about not being satisfied. And when you have someone who has been there and done that, talking to players like the Clippers have, then they believe him. And the other thing is, this team, these players really like Tyronn Lue. They like him. They like him as a person. They like him as a coach. They just like him all together. And sometimes just that little bit can make a big difference when you get into battle, because Tyronn can say, listen, I remember when I was in Cleveland and this. So he has that going for him. The other thing, I think, Bill, is Jerry West. Jerry really likes this team. Jerry really likes this coach. He likes how they mesh. He likes how they relate to each other on the floor. And when Jerry West likes someone, then you can take that. That's not gold. That's platinum right there.
That's logo material.
You better believe it, partner.
Hey, another little storyline. Rajon Rondo now with the Clippers. Of course, they made the trade. And Lou Williams, who scored 36 in one of the games last year against the Mavericks in the playoffs. You know, the Rondo wasn't here for very long. Didn't hit it off with Carlisle, or for some reason we aren't exactly sure what went on there. What kind of effect will Rondo have on this series, you think?
Well, I think very quietly he will be saying to himself and to a couple of his teammates, we really want to get them. I really want to get back and get at them. But Rajon Rondo just may be that missing link that the Clippers have been missing for a long time now. He has so much experience. He is so savvy on the floor. And he does not mind telling guys that they're wrong when they're on the floor or when they're in the huddle. I have heard him from time to time, even tell Kawhi or Paul George, no, man, you're wrong. Get over there. You know, get to where you're supposed to be. You know, don't be so lazy. So he's he can play a very vital part in this series, and he just may be the link that can get them over the hump.
All right, I want to ask you, when you look at Luka from a distance there in LA, what do you think? Because there are comparisons that people make with Magic and the effect that he has on the game beyond just his own scoring, obviously, with all the triple doubles that he has from a national perspective. How do you view Luka?
I view him as no one can stop him. He's an incredible talent. He once again, fundamentally, he is as fundamentally sound as anybody in the game, and he has a big heart. He's not afraid to mix it up with the big fellas. It doesn't make any difference, you know, what their name is or anything like that. And he welcomes the challenge. You know, there are a lot of guys who will kind of shy away. If they have great talent, they will kind of shy away from the big moments. You know, not looking. He wants to take that big shot. He wants to take the team and put it on his shoulders. He's the kind of individual that every team really wishes they had. Unfortunately, every team doesn't, but Dallas does. But he's such a wonderful, wonderful player, and he's one of the reasons why basketball is as popular a sport as it is. He plays with heart, and he plays all the time. He doesn't take any days off either.
Yeah, he really is fun to watch. All right, another difference this series this year compared to last year in the bubble in Orlando, it's a home-and-home deal. Now, Mark Cuban has said here in Dallas, once they get to games 3 and 4, he will have at least 12,000 fans in the stands here. What's the situation there in L.A.?
It will be about the same or close to it as of right now. What Staples Center is doing is they're waiting on orders that they get from the league office. They've done a wonderful job in what the protocols have been calling for, but there's a lot of people here who are really kind of anxious to see what this Clipper team can do, what this Clipper team is capable of doing. There are a lot of fans who are just starving for sports, and I think that that may play just a little bit into it. But as of right now, the definite number will probably come out sometime later tonight or first thing in the morning. But you can believe there are a lot of people that are trying to scalp tickets and do whatever they can just in case they can get in.